Merry
Merry Christmas.
Christmas.
Oh, that was so stupid. Oh,
What?
we were supposed to say it like so much. We're just like Merry Christmas. Like,
Merry. Nah.
why did we say it like that?
I don't know. Why did you say it like that? I think we both did
I was
that.
like, are you? I was like, are you gonna say it or?
To be honest, we probably should have double checked to be like, okay, 1, 2, 3, then the Merry Christmas.
Okay,
Or one,
okay, hold
two,
on, hold on,
three,
hold
Merry Christmas, like right after, or do we take a second beat and then do it? Either
on.
way,
Should we try
this
and
is a
sound? Hold
B-roll.
on. Should we? Okay, okay. Should we try and sound more like enthusiastic?
Oh no, I do like our little outtakes. What do
Oh,
you think?
well, fuck. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Chrysler. Merry
Oh.
Christmas. Merry
That
Christmas.
was fucking ass. You know, this is the first time we actually do like a different intro, and that was the worst thing ever. How many
You
of
know
you
what? I think
cringed?
yes, you know what? That's exactly what we're spreading this time for the holidays. It's cringe. We need more cringe in the world. So
Oh
this
my
works out
god.
perfectly. That's
Oh
what I think. I think it works out
fuck.
perfectly.
That was like the most depressed Christmas. Like it was just Christmas.
Look, we're recovering, okay? We're recovering. It's different,
Oh
okay?
my god.
There's been so much in the holidays as of late, and it's
Oh my
just we're just
god.
recovering.
It has been a crazy like 2 months.
Oh, yeah, I know, and it's gone by so quickly too.
It really has actually.
Yeah, it always feels like at the beginning of the year, it's like, it's so far away from now, you know? It's gonna like be
Oh my
forever
god.
until then. And the next thing you know, it's already like Christmas and you're at the last year in your 20s.
Like I truly feel okay, so like from January until October, it just sometimes it's like you feel like the months go by so slow, and then as soon as the day after Halloween hits, it's already New Year. And you're just like, "Wait, what happened to the rest of the holidays?"
Exactly. Exactly. Like for me, like Thanksgiving was like a blur.
Oh,
Like for real.
honestly, I feel like it went so
Mm-hmm.
fast.
Oh man. Is it just, I
Well,
mean, I'm glad it's not just me, and I'm pretty sure, everyone else that feels the same way, let us know in the comments.
no, honestly,
Because if we're the only two feeling this, then apparently we live in a simulation. That's
which I
all I'm
already
saying.
think that, so.
I'm waiting for my Keanu to save me.
But today we are doing the Christmas Tree Farm. It is the third book in the Dream Harbor series by Lori Gilmore. I am going to start by immediately saying, please, for like as a disclaimer, go watch the other two videos that we made first before listening to this one. Because if you listen to this one and if you become a keyboard warrior, like typing away, you're gonna look stupid and I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna laugh.
Oh boy.
So
It's
please,
gonna be one of those episodes, isn't it?
it it's not, but disclaimer, go watch the other two, please.
Yes. It actually would also help too, because it'll make more sense when we start referencing other books, and it'll be kind of hard to keep up if you don't know what we're talking about.
Right.
Just saying. So, mostly for that.
Well,
Well,
I don't know how
I
to start this.
well, I can definitely say for sure that we both have very different opinions, but on
We
this book
do.
specifically, I will say on this book specifically, one thing we can kind of agree on, it was a little on the lackluster side,
It was.
to put it mildly, I guess.
No, it was. And like the whole reason why I gave a disclaimer to go watch the other two episodes, the first two books were 5 out of 5. Like they were fantastic. I even made a comment
Yeah,
saying that this is
amazing.
easily one of my favorite book series right now. This book was like yawn. Just yawn. I'm pretty sure I fell asleep in the middle of it.
Oh no,
I
not fall asleep.
It was beyond boring. Like it was actually boring. Like I don't like calling books boring, but like it was like literal like yawning so much you're crying. The shit was
Oh no.
horrible.
I thought it was pretty cute. I will say for to kind of like, not I wouldn't say boring, but it was much slower than the other ones. And in terms of like I guess like the timeline, like within the book, everything happened within like what, 2 weeks
Well, I mean, and
or
that's the
so.
thing too. Like, the book was so slow to where, like, from I like let's say, and I'm gonna get my chapters wrong, but like let's say chapter 1 until maybe chapter 18, nothing happened. Like, not a single damn thing happened, and then immediately they're in each other's beds, and I'm like, wait, did I skip a chapter? Like, I'm so confused.
Yeah, I will say that with how the main, like, well, obviously the two main characters, the couple, the female main character of the book, like, I wish there were a little bit more to go with her. I know how you feel about her, but in terms of everything else, like, I personally think she's okay, as a character. But she had a lot of growth very quickly, which I guess is nice, but also, like, it felt like a I wouldn't say like a cop out, but like she grew so quickly in such a short amount of time. Like her walls broke down so easily for someone so defensive and to have, these issues that the author had given her, right? And I felt like there just wasn't ample time for her to like really have, I guess, like real growth, even though she did in based on the story, if that makes sense. I don't know how to
I
explain it. Like
I
her
don't
progression was
know.
so artificial.
It was very forced. And the
Yeah.
thing with Kira though, I understand that this was the grumpy sunshine trope, the enemies to lovers trope. I get that. And most of the time, like, the grumpy sunshine trope is perfectly fine. But the thing is, Kira was so miserable. And how do I say this without being an asshole? She was like,
You really did not like her. Her
I
personality.
I don't like her. She was insufferable. I can tell why she was alone 90% of the time, and it wasn't from her trying to isolate herself. It's just that she is a see you next Tuesday, and I did not enjoy her at all. Even when she did start progressing and her character development did kind of grow, it just felt so incredibly forced, but it also felt incredibly fake as well. You can't go from overly defensive, insufferable, and just like a miserable human being one chapter to puppy, sunshine's rainbow. You're the best thing that ever happened to me the next chapter. It doesn't work that way. Even in real life and books and TV shows, like, it doesn't work that way. And I feel like the author really attempted to rush this book. Not saying, now don't get me wrong, with how much I did not like this book, I don't want it to be longer. However, I feel like it would have been a better outcome if the book was longer. Give
Yeah,
them more time to grow.
yeah, that's the side I'm on too. That if it had more time in the, like, I guess more chapters or just like more time or more of a reason of how quickly she got over things, that would make sense. I would feel like it would be much like an actual progression. Like it would make sense, I
Right.
guess. I don't know how to word it. It's really weird because normally with all the other books, things felt pretty natural on how
Right.
things went. And the chemistry between the two main characters who were pairing, made a lot of sense too. And don't get me wrong, I love the enemies to lovers tropes. That's like one of my favorite tropes. I know, very basic, vanilla latte. But I mean, I like it. And this one, like, it has the recipe to work. It's just, I guess it was just felt so rushed. I mean, sure, you got trapped with each other. Oh, by the way, spoiler alert in the book, in case you haven't been to our podcast before, there are spoilers. So they get trapped into like her home, and they start really developing their feelings, start showing it. They've been more or less making googly eyes at each other, but they were so distant. And the glances and things like that, there could have been some stuff in between that could have happened a bit more, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to explain it. It's just, it felt so artificial. It felt so kind of forced. It felt so sped up. And
It
don't get me
really did.
wrong,
It was a
we
very
both love this
clunky,
series.
right. It was a very clunky development.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's the best way to describe it. It's very clunky. I wish it had more time because this had a recipe to be another 5-star,
No,
but it
absolutely.
just didn't happen. Now, am I saying this book is terrible? Absolutely not.
Would I
At
would I
least
read
for
this
me, it's
book?
not.
Maybe. But then okay, so
Yeah.
the thing is, this is gonna sound absolutely horrific. We always go and do from start to finish what the book is about, and then we talk about it. Okay, so I guess let's do that.
Yeah.
The book is about Kira. She ended up buying the Christmas tree farm. We met her in the second book. She was absolutely miserable to be around. Nobody liked her. She was in and out within a chapter. We have Bennett, which is Jeannie from the first book. Her brother is in town visiting for the
Hmm.
holidays. Um, he fixes
He's a
Kira's
fixer.
house. Um, she opens the Christmas tree farm. The end.
Oh, and they ended up getting together. And yeah, the end.
The end.
Yeah.
Nothing happened. Like literally. And the thing is, like I said, I've already said it a billion times. Please go watch the other two videos. I actually almost DNF'd this book, and I was messaging Aqua, around my DNF point. I did not. I did, in fact, finish this book, but I was messaging Aqua around my DNF point, and I was like, I don't know if I can do this. I can't. I know I keep using this word, but the female main character was so insufferable. Like, she was the type of person you do not want to be around. And I don't understand why she was written that way, because typically they write. So, what I found out is authors write the main characters to be kind of assholes so that you can hate them for a reason or hate them to love them at the end, kind of like Hamlin or Nesta from like Akhtar. Um,
Yeah.
Zayden,
Tonka
Dane,
Trunk.
whomever. The thing is, like with Kira, she was just a horrible human being. She had no dynamic, she had no depth, she had nothing behind her besides just a horrible attitude that was justified by nothing. Like you can't even justify why she was such an asshole. And it just was not enjoyable. Like every 2 seconds, you would get her point of view, and it was just, I hate myself. I hate you. I hate this town. I hate the cold. I hate my house. My sister left me. And every single chapter that you had from her, it was the exact same inner monologue. I hate you. I hate this. I hate my house. I hate the cold. My sister left me. Like, what? Like, it was the same repetitive monologue every single chapter. And then the same with him, Bennett, he did the same thing where he's like, I need to fix, but I shouldn't fix because of my past. But I'm gonna fix it anyway, but I shouldn't. Guess what? My past. And it's just like, bro, like, I'm over here like the meme of Stitch bashing his head against the wall. Like that was literally me through this entire book, and it's so depressing because I genuinely love this series, but this book was not it. It fell flat. I did not like it. I will actually, depending on how the next book goes, if the next book is another 5 out of 5, I might actually just tell people skip this book. It means nothing.
Now, I will say that despite the two main characters, there was something that did happen, and that was certain people got hitched and getting hitched.
Yeah, we
So
barely
there's
saw any
that.
of thing. That was
Yeah,
like
it's just
half
more
of
of the
a
mention.
paragraph. Yeah.
Yeah. At least there's one good thing.
Yeah.
We know that Ginny and Logan are getting married. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
From the first book, which is pretty much what started the whole series in terms of the Dream Harbor. But yeah, no, it was very repetitious.
My God. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm gonna cut you off. I'm sorry. I never do that. I have to. And then what is this bullshit? What is this absolute bullshit where she's like, no, you can't be with me. You need to leave. So he's like, bet. He gets on a plane, he goes all the way home. He's barely home for like an hour, and then cut to that night or like the next night, he's already all the way back into Dream Harbor to be with her. Like, first of all, I don't know how long. Let's just say it was like a 2-hour flight, whatever. So you literally paid the money for a 2-hour flight to go all the way home, barely had enough time to sit down and take a shit before you got up, took another 2-hour fucking flight, did a whole entire drive all the way through that snow just to be exactly where you were the night before when she told you to go home. Are you kidding me?
Wait, talk about when he went back? 'Cause I think there
Yeah.
was some time. Because I think it was like a month or two. But
I don't
to be
know
honest,
because it was
you
still
can
before New
easily skip
Year's.
it. No, I think it was after New Year's. I was
I
pretty
don't think
certain.
so. Maybe I fell asleep during it. Maybe that was one of the times I was like
Probably.
heavily sleeping because this book was fucking boring. Lori, I'm sorry, man. Like,
Yeah, there are
I'm
some parts in the
sorry.
book where if you could easily skip some information, and eh, yeah, I did have to read it again a few times because the repetitive made me started skimming the book a few times, and so I ended up having to reread it, which is ironic.
Well, and then that's the thing too. Like, besides the fact that Jeannie and Logan are now engaged, and we
Hmm.
obviously know that Noah and Hazel got married, other than those two specific items, you don't need to know that Logan proposed to Jeannie. You can skip this book and go directly to the next book, and you don't have any lost information whatsoever. Like, this book was
Yeah,
not relevant. Like, I truly feel like this book didn't even need to be written.
yeah, because on book two, when it was about Hazel and Noah, already in the end of that book was already stated that Logan was going to propose to Jeannie anyways. So we
Exactly.
already knew it was going to happen. We just now know that it actually did happen in confirmation right after the events of the end of the second book, which was pretty much after Thanksgiving, because that book ended pretty much at Thanksgiving for the
Yeah,
most
pretty
part.
much.
Yeah. No, yeah, it did. Yeah, it did happen right at the end of Thanksgiving. But yeah, but that's pretty much it. So if you're looking for
I mean,
continuity
yeah.
wise, I mean that's all you really get continuity wise. And then honestly, from what you can get from this book is that Bennett
Sadness,
and Kara,
depression,
yeah,
self-hatred,
pretty
a
much
nice night's sleep midday.
a very nice night's sleep midday. Um, you just know that they got together. Oh, and they got dogs. There's lots of dogs in this
Oh yeah,
in
and
this book. So if you like
there's
dogs,
dogs.
You'll like this one. Yeah,
The dogs were the only good thing about this book.
they were all good boys and girls. But yeah,
I mean, as bad as it sounds, that's all I personally have. I know this is a really short video, but this book,
it is
I'm literally yawning. Hold on.
not the actual yawn.
Oh my god, it's horrible. Like, this book is literally. I'm sorry. That's why I gave you a disclaimer. Please go watch the other two videos.
Yeah,
My personal rating, I gave this a 3-star.
honestly, I'll give it a 3. I'll give it a 3.5. There were some things I liked about it. I like the stuff in the background, and
Ugh.
it could have been really good. Is it the best one? By all means, no.
No,
Will you miss out if you don't read it? Not really.
nah.
Um, but still, give it a shot if you want to. It has some coziness in there, but other than that, yeah,
Yeah.
that's about it, really. I mean, there ain't really too much to it. It's just, it's a read. It's a read. If you like continuity, you like finishing the whole series by saying, "Oh yeah, I read that one. Not the best one, but I read it."
You
If
might
you're,
hate yourself a little more afterwards, but at least you'll get through the entire series.
yeah. So for those who like to be a completionist, that's the word I was looking for. Completionist type, you'll be fine. Just know that it might be a bit of a trek to go through. Might be easier doing the audio version, just so you
No,
can
it
listen
won't.
to it and just get it over with. I just meant for the speed at least, for the speed, because you can do it at
Bro,
times two.
I was listening to it at times 2 speed, and I was like, bro, the book at times 2 speed was only 3.5 hours long, and that was the longest 3.5 hours of my entire life.
I think we had worse books, but this is definitely we had probably we're kind of like this on this book, like I guess more critical on this one because the previous two books really got us high up in the bar, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It probably sounds a bit rude, but I mean that with like I mean that as a compliment because the first two books were so good,
But we do
and
have one coming out in March, and then I actually just discovered that we have another one coming out. We have a book 5 coming out. Let me see if I can actually find what that one's about. But we
ooh,
have
book five.
we have book 4 coming out in March, which we are obviously going to be reading that. And
Oh yeah.
then we have book 5. Where are you? Ah, okay. So book 4 is the Strawberry Patch Pancake House. So that one's gonna be pretty exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's meant for like spring-ish, like February, March-ish. And then book 5 is the Gingerbread Bakery.
Ooh, that's right, the gingerbread one.
So
Oh, I want gingerbread again.
So I don't know when. Let me see. When is this one scheduled? This one is scheduled for September 11th of next year. So it's yet another fall one.
Yeah.
So
That
we
doesn't sound
have
too bad.
technically one more book until fall, and I'm gonna have high hopes that it's going to bring us back.
I'm sure
And
it will.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it will. You know, we all gonna have that one that, you know, kind of falls in their face a little bit, but then the other ones will pick it right back up. Okay, that sounded a lot harsher now that I said it out loud, but we all get the idea, though.
I mean, yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah. I'm positive the next one will be much better. I have high hopes.
But yeah, I mean that's all I have for this one.
Yeah. It's we were hoping more for, you know, a little more on the Christmas side of things, but you know, things happen.
Yeah.
But hey, that doesn't make our Christmas any less important, you know. Nor does it make the magic less magical. Ooh. You
Ooh.
probably can't see it, but I just did the little air fingery, like the sparkly waves with my fingers. Just imagine it in your head, kids.
And actually, this is going to be one of the fancier weeks because we have a surprise video coming out at the end of this week. So definitely
What?
check
We
that out.
do?
Oh, I forgot to
Gasp.
give you the memo as
Aw,
I
man.
upload it with me by myself. No, I'm just kidding. But
Dang.
for this next video, we get to deep dive into all of our 5-star reads, and then it's gonna be battle for book of the year.
Oh yeah, so everyone get ready.
Oh,
Get ready for the fight. I'm about to go Mortal Kombat style.
oh God. But yeah, that's all I have. I mean,
I'm gonna start button smashing.
this book makes me want to flip this entire table over.
Hey, look, I'm pretty sure there are worse books out there, and there are. But
Yeah.
But in the spirit of Christmas, we are going to, you know, we're going to keep our hopes high. Probably down some more, you know, hot chocolate. And,
Oh, absolutely.
oh, most definitely. And we're going to see you guys for the next one. And I'm
I
pretty
feel
sure the
like-
next one is going to be so much better.
Oh, I'm sure. I feel like we should horribly out of tune hum Jingle Bells.
Definitely. Yes. I am a professional at being out of tune.
Okay, out of tune. It has to be out of tune.
Yes.
Okay,
Not auto tune, out of tune.
and it has to be like humming or like seagull noises.
Caw.
Okay, and a 1, and a 2, and a 1,
And one,
2.
two.
3.
3. Already on time. 4. Did you just did you just do the wedding sound? You just did the wedding intro.
Fuck, okay.
I think someone had some spiked eggnog or something.
Okay, no, we got this. We
Oh
got
my
this. Hold
god.
on. We got
Yeah,
this. Okay. All right.
my cheeks hurt.
No, we got this. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay, we'll do it on 3. Okay. 1,
Okay. All right.
2, 3. I'm supposed to be helping.
No, you're not helping. You're making me laugh.
I'm supposed to be helping. And I can't
Oh
breathe.
my god.
Fuck it. Okay, everyone have a good night. That was horrible.
Remember,
Night
kids,
Court
if
narrative.
if Batman lost the wheel, call him. Call him.
Night Court narrative soundtrack coming early 2025.
Cancelled before release. Oh my god, my cheeks hurt.